Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through a couple of my favorite plays on Prizepicks for today's slate for Wednesday, May the 4th. Once again, two games on Wednesday. We got Philadelphia and Miami, game 2 of that series, and we have Phoenix and Dallas. It's game 2 of their series. So we're going to talk through three plays I do like for today's slate. I'm taking a first look at the slate, recording this video on Tuesday night. Took a look at the board and tried to find a few props that I did like, and I was able to find three that I felt pretty good about. So we will talk through these three plays, share why I like them. Before we do, as always, we can recap yesterday's plays on Tuesday. And Tuesday was a frustrating day once again, man. We went 1 and 2 on the three plays that we gave out Tuesday. Drew lost by literally one points, rebound, assists. We needed 31 PRA from Drew, and he finished with 30. He played a good amount of minutes, played 39 minutes, but the game did wind up blowing out, and Drew got pulled with like 2 minutes left. So that was really unfortunate. Was sweating that one out down to the last minute, and then Drew gets pulled with 2 minutes left because it's a blowout. But he played big minutes. He took 20 shots, but he shot 7 for 20, I think. So he didn't even have that great of a shooting game. I think he had like 19 points. I can't remember how many rebounds and assists. I know he had a decent amount of rebounds and assists, though. I think he had I think he has 4 rebounds and 7 assists. So it was a pretty solid game from Drew. He didn't have that great of a shooting game. He played big minutes. The blowout didn't help, getting pulled early, finished one short. And then, Robert Williams, he only played 25 minutes, but he did get into some foul trouble late in the fourth quarter. He picked up his 5th foul in the fourth quarter, got subbed out, lost out on a few minutes. And then, again, the game wound up blowing out. He didn't play like the final 2 or 3 minutes. He only played 25 minutes. I was expecting him to play about 28 to 30, and I want to say that if he doesn't pick up his 5th foul in the fourth quarter, he probably does play 28 to 30 minutes. We needed 8 rebounds from him, and he only had 5, which honestly, like 5 rebounds for Robert Williams in 25 minutes is unlike him. I think last game, in game 1, he played like 22 minutes, and he grabbed 8 rebounds in 22 minutes. He's been a guy that's always been able to dominate on the boards. He's a great rebounder. So that was really that was one I didn't regret at all. I thought it was a good play, honestly. I expected Williams to play more minutes than he did in game 1, and in game 1 he played 22 minutes and grabbed 8 boards. He played more minutes in game 2 and grabbed less rebounds. I mean, what can you do? It's just, I guess the rebounds just weren't falling his way. I know Al Horford grabbed a lot of boards, so maybe Horford was taking a lot of the boards. I don't really know, but went 1 and 2 on the 3 plays we gave out Tuesday. We did hit the over Steph Curry points. That one was actually kind of a sweat too. Curry finished with 27. He finished went over his projection just barely. Went 1 and 2. Wasn't a great day, I'll be honest, but we got 3 plays that I do like for today, guys. So as always, we'll share these 3 plays, share why I like them. Before we do, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. I always appreciate the likes. If you're new to the channel, you have not yet, hit that subscribe button as well. I do try and upload these Prizepicks videos every single day, trying to get them up every single day for you guys. I appreciate all you guys checking out these videos every day. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button as well if you are new here. Also, if you have not checked out Prizepicks yet, you can sign up with my promo code NOAH. Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And again, you can tell the picks I give in this video. You can take a look at their board, make some picks for yourself. Prizepicks, I will say, they do have they have softer lines compared to a lot of the other sports books and a lot of the other prop sites. Prizepicks lines are always usually a point or 2 less than what you see everywhere else. So you can find some pretty good lines on Prizepicks, get some good value. Get over there, sign up, use code NOAH when you do, so you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's talk through the 3 plays that I like for today. We have a PRA prop that I like, and then we have 2 points props that I like. So for PRA, one that really stood out to me at first look is Jimmy Butler. Over 33.5 points, rebound, assists. I like this one quite a bit. I know Butler did not go over his PRA last game. He only finished with 27. But it is worth noting that game did blow out. Butler did not play at all in the fourth quarter. He only played 30 minutes when normally in the playoffs he's playing like 40 minutes. In that Atlanta series, whenever they had close games, Butler would play like 39, 38, 40 minutes. Well, last game he only played 30. It was a blowout. He didn't play at all in the fourth quarter. So far this postseason, Butler has really kind of taken a step up. He's been a way more aggressive offensive player. He's just been doing everything. He's been scoring. He's been getting rebounds. He's been getting assists. I mean, so far in the playoffs, he's averaged I think 27 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. He's had great numbers in the postseason. He's been averaging 40 points, rebound, assists per game so far in the playoffs. And again, he's just going to play huge minutes. I know last game was a blowout, and could today's game blow out? It's possible. The Sixers are still going to be without Joel Embiid, so this game does offer some blowout risk. But I'm willing to bet the game stays close. Butler plays more minutes than he did last game, and you can take a look at the usage. As I mentioned, He's just been a really aggressive player in the playoffs, and so far in the postseason, he's pretty much had the highest usage rate on the team. Omer Yurtseven has had a 30% usage rate, but that's a 13-minute sample, so that's basically just garbage time. Jimmy Butler, he's played 180 minutes so far in the playoffs, 28% usage rate, which does lead the team. And again, he's dominating when he's out there. He's taking plenty of shots, he's getting rebounds, he's getting assists. And that's one reason I like taking PRA for Jimmy Butler, just because if he doesn't have a super great scoring game, he could still get 8, 9, 10 rebounds. He could get 6, 7, 8 assists. Without Kyle Lowry, once again, you would think that would benefit Butler's assist numbers. I know Butler only had 3 assists last game, but whenever Lowry's been off the floor, Butler usually gets about 5 or 6 assists. His rebounds have been really good lately. He's grabbed at least 9 rebounds in 3 straight games. Again, he's just doing everything when he's on the floor. He should play huge minutes here if the game stays close. I'm just going to bank on the game staying close. If it does, and Butler plays his full 38, 40 minutes, I feel pretty good about him getting over 33.5 PRA. I want to say that like in every close game so far in the playoffs, he has gone over this projection. Outside of Game 1 against Atlanta, Game 1 in that series, that was a close game. He only finished with 25 points per assist that game, but he had 26 or 21, 6, and 4, so he had 31 PRA. So he came up just short in that game, but he only played 33 minutes. This was in the Atlanta series. Then he had 45, 5, and 5, so obviously had a huge game that game. Had 20, 10, and 8, so had 38 PRA then. Game 5 against Atlanta had 36, 10, and 4, so he went over that game. And then obviously last game did not play anywhere near his full minutes, came up short. Again, I like his chances of going over this PRA projection if the game does stay close. And I think the books right now, they do have Jimmy Butler's PRA. I think they have it set at 35.5. I think DraftKings Sportsbook has it set at 35.5 right now. So we're getting a little bit of value here with the PRA projection being 2 points lower than what the sportsbooks have. I like this one quite a bit, and it's definitely a prop that did stand out to me at first look. But let's talk about the second prop I like. Again, it's another points prop. Going down to this late game, I really like the over 24.5 points for Devin Booker. Now, this is another prop that did not hit last game, but if you look at how Booker, how he started off, he had 15 points in the first half and just went ice cold in the second half. He only had 23 points to finish this game, so he finished just short, but he had 15 points in the first half, and I think he picked up he got 2 quick buckets to start the second half, so he had 19 points early on in the second half, and then he didn't score at all the rest of the third quarter. He didn't score at all in the fourth quarter until late in the game. I think he hit 3 or 4 free throws late in the fourth quarter. So basically, he got 2 quick buckets in the third quarter, didn't score the rest of the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, he made 4 free throws, and that was it. He finished with 23 points. But he played huge minutes. He played 38 minutes, and one thing I was a little bit worried about for Booker last game was just coming back from that hamstring injury. Was he going to be full go? He clearly was not himself in that Game 5 against New Orleans or Game 6 against New Orleans. He only played 32 minutes. He only took 12 shots. He just wasn't that great offensively. Well, he looked fully healthy last game. He played 38 minutes. He took 20 shots. He had a pretty mediocre shooting game. He shot 7 for 20 from the field and 1 for 5 from 3. And as I mentioned, he went ice cold in that second half. If he doesn't go ice cold in the second half, he easily would have hit his points prop last game. I kind of like that he didn't hit it last game because this line I think is too low. I mean, this line is lower than Booker's season average. On the season, he's averaged over 26 points per game. We're getting his line at 24.5 today. In a playoff game, we know Devin Booker's playing 40 minutes. He took 20 shots last game. His usage was really good. You can take a look at the usage so far in the playoffs. He has led the team in usage, 27.7% usage rate. And last game, led the team in usage as well, 28.7% usage rate last game. Clearly, Booker's pretty much 100% now. He's good to play full minutes. The usage should be there. We know Booker's going to take a ton of shots when he's on the floor. And as long as he has a pretty decent shooting game or even mediocre shooting game, I feel confident Booker's getting us 25 points a day. So this one's kind of similar to the Steph Curry line. I thought the Steph Curry line for Tuesday was just a little bit too low. It was lower than his season average. This is one that I think is just a few points too low. So like this one quite a bit, over 24.5 points for Devin Booker. And then our third and final pick, going back to the Sixers. Now, I will say with the Sixers, with how their offense is set right now without Joel Embiid, it is so concentrated around these 3 guys, James Harden, Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey, that these are going to be the 3 guys doing all the heavy lifting, taking all the shots, because if you look who's around them, it's a bunch of very low usage players. Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, Georges Niang, DeAndre Jordan. None of these guys are going to demand the ball. None of those guys are going to take shots. You should just see all the entire offense run through these 3 guys. So if Philly can keep this game close, if you told me before the night started that the final score to this game was going to be 110 to 115, I would feel pretty confident that like all these Philly guys are going over their props just because the offense is going to be so concentrated around these three. This Harden line, 21.5 points, it's really tempting. Obviously, I was on Harden's PRA last game and he came up short, and like all of his projections are lower than they were last game. I mean, my God, like Harden's usage without Embiid this season during the regular season was just, his usage is great. He obviously didn't have that great of a game on Monday. He didn't take a ton of shots, but man, like 21.5 points is so tempting for Harden. But we're not going to take that one. One prop, though, I do like from Philadelphia is Tyrese Maxey over 20.5 points. So this is probably my favorite Philadelphia prop kind of at first look. If you wanted to play Tobias Harris's points, I could see that. He did have a big scoring game last game. He took 18 shots, had really good usage, scored 27 points. But his line did go up quite a bit. His line was set at 16.5 last game. Now it's up to 19.5 just after one big game. I kind of like playing the guys that maybe went under their props last game and then their line gets lowered. So Tyrese Maxey, his points prop last game was 21.5. Today it's 20.5, but he came up just short last game. He only finished with 19 points. He didn't have that great of a shooting game though, and he lost out on some minutes due to the blowout. He only played 35 minutes when he was on pace to play about 40 minutes, but he got pulled with like 5 minutes left. As I mentioned earlier, this game, could blow out again. I mean, Philadelphia obviously doesn't have a ton of offensive firepower without Joel Embiid, but the offense is just going to be so concentrated around Harden, Harris, and Maxey that, if this game is remotely close, you got to think it's going to be because of these three guys, just because those are going to be the three guys that provide all the offense. And last game, Tyrese Maxey, again, he played 35 minutes, but he lost out on about 5 minutes due to blowout. Finished with 19 points. He shot the ball 15 times, so pretty good, shot volume. Shot 6 for 15, shot 1 for 6 from 3, so pretty bad shooting game from 3. With Miami really concentrating their defense around James Harden, we kind of saw them do that last game. They were trapping Harden a lot. Really, every time Harden touched the ball, like there was going to be two guys running at him. With Miami, really focusing in on just shutting down Harden, I think that will open up more opportunity for both Harris and Maxey. And obviously, we saw Harris take advantage of that, had a big scoring game. I think tonight could be Maxey. He could be the guy that really steps up, has the big scoring game. And I think this 20.5 points line is a few points too low. Even though he went under last game, he still had good usage. He still took a good amount of shots. You can take a look at the usage last game. Tobias Harris led the team in usage rate, 28.6%. Harden was right behind him, 26.3%. And then Maxey was right behind Harden, 25.3%. Like I said, these three guys, Harris, Harden, Maxey, the usage is going to be so concentrated and just dominated by those three guys. And you can take a look at the usage this season without Joel Embiid on the floor. This is something we talked about on Monday. Harden gets a massive bump up in usage, as you would expect, but so does Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey. 6.9% bump in usage for Tobias Harris, 6% bump in usage for Tyrese Maxey. And on the season, with Joel Embiid off the floor, 842-minute sample, he has averaged over 23 points per 36. So he's averaging more points per 36 than his line is set today. And we know he's probably playing more than 36 minutes if the game's close. That's the big if. But if the game stayed close last game, Maxey would have played about 40 minutes. I think if today's game's close, we're getting about 40 minutes from Tyrese Maxey. So I like this one a lot, over 20.5 points. I know this game does carry some blowout risk, but I feel really good about these Philly props hitting if the game stays close, which, again, is the big if. But the offense is just going to be so concentrated around three guys mainly that, if Philly puts up, like, let's say 110 points today and the game's close, you got to think the points are coming from these three. I mean, last game, they literally scored 92 points, which is, so low for, like, it's not often that you see an NBA team score 92 points. Most times, most NBA games are going to have around 200 points combined at minimum. Last game, 92 points for Philadelphia. The game went way under the implied total. As long as today's game, is remotely close, is a little bit higher scoring than it was last time. I like a lot of these Philly guys once again, and Tyrese Maxey over 20.5 points is probably my favorite play from Philadelphia. That did stand out to me at first look today, but that's what I got for this slate, guys. 3 plays. Jimmy Butler over 33.5 points, rebound, assist. Devin Booker over 24.5 points, and then Tyrese Maxey over 20.5 points. If I had to rank these 3 plays, just because there is some blowout risk in that Miami-Philadelphia game, I'll probably put those second and third. So I would say Devin Booker is probably my favorite play overall, over 24.5 points. Then I'll say Butler, 33.5 PRA, then Maxey. But again, I like all 3 of these plays. I did already put in a 3-pick entry with these 3 guys. I'll have these 3 guys in some other entries as well. I do give out additional Prizepicks plays over on Patreon. Patreon plays really been struggling lately. Not been doing that well over there. But again, like I'm trusting my process, man. Like my Patreon plays on Tuesday, I mean, so many of them just came up just short. I had Draymond's fantasy points. I took his over in fantasy points for one of my Patreon plays, And of course, Draymond gets hurt, loses out on like 6 to 8 minutes. He was in the locker room for a while. Came up just short of his fantasy points. Jaren Jackson Jr., I took his over in fantasy points, and he fouled out with like 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left, and finished 3 points short. And then Brandon Clark, I took the over 12.5 points for Brandon Clark. He finished with 10. He finished 3 points short. Like, just been so many close calls lately. Guys getting in foul trouble every night, it seems like. Some of these games are blowouts. Just the playoffs have been frustrating for sure. I really thought we were going to get, like, when the playoffs started, I thought the blowouts would just kind of go away. I thought the foul trouble wouldn't be as big of an issue, but man, it's just been, God, it's been so bad. Like, foul trouble every night, blowouts still. Guys just aren't performing that well. It's been frustrating. Maybe I need to look more into like my process. Maybe looking to start betting more unders, I guess. That's something that probably I need to look to. But again, these are 3 props I like for Wednesday's games. Hopefully we can get a clean sweep tonight, can make some money. I wish you guys the best of luck, though, on this slate. And if you're tailing these plays, I wish you the best of luck. Hope you did enjoy this video. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button down below. I always appreciate the likes, guys. If you're new to the channel, again, hit that subscribe button. Trying to upload these Prizepicks videos every single day for you guys, as long as we have games every day. We'll mention that on Thursday, there are no games on Thursday, so probably won't have any videos up Thursday. But I'll be back to talk through Friday's games, and then probably we'll have some videos up during the weekend as well. But I hope you guys have enjoyed these Prizepicks videos. Hit that subscribe button. Check out Prizepicks if you haven't yet. Sign up. Use promo code NOAH. They'll match your first deposit up to $100, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video. But that's all that I got for today, guys. I wish you the best of luck on tonight's slate. Hope you guys can all win some money, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.